Now the pitch, a swing and a miss. Looked like Castro tried to check his swing on that one, but had swung so hard on it, could not bring it back, so it's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2, and now a liner into left center field. It's cut off by Cole Hiley. D'Angelo will stop at second, and it puts 2 runners on with 2 outs.
Shortstop, Moy Diaz.
So it'll be the shortstop, Moy Diaz. In the first game, he went 1 for 3. Singled, struck out twice. Also walked and scored in the game. And there's a fastball off the plate. It's 1-0. And now the 1-0 pitch. That's off the plate, and Ryan falling behind. It's 2-0 to the Addison Braves shortstop. Braves are ready with a run in. Now a swing and a miss. Diaz fell behind on that fastball and swung right through it. It's 2 balls and a strike. Now there's a call strike on the corner, and Ryan has worked it back even. It's gone to 2-2, and the A's are a strike away from ending the first inning. And missing just high and away. And the count has gone full. The 26th pitch of this inning already, and the 3-2 is high, and it's ball 4. And the Braves have loaded the bases.
First baseman, Eric Ryan.
So a lefty-lefty matchup against Adam Ryan and Eric Ryan. And it's a ball off the plate. And Adam Ryan has fallen behind again. It's 1-0. There's another fastball. Can't catch the bottom of the zone. So it's a 2-0 count. And Ryan coming to the plate. And Eric Ryan takes one off the plate. And it's gone to 3-0. Adam has now thrown 5 straight out of the zone, including 3 straight to this batter. And there's the 6th out of the zone. That's a bases loaded walk, and the Braves are going to score another.
Right fielder, Dylan Brambora.
So it'll be Dylan Brambora. The bases are again loaded, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Trying to calm down his pitcher is Derek Lumens. Brambora played center in game 1, now over in right. And he finished game 1 0 for 3. He popped out, grounded out, and flew out. And Lumen's on his way back to the dugout. And the first pitch to Brambora is high. It's ball 1. And that's 7 straight balls out of the zone. Make it 8. It's 2-0. The 2-0 count. And it's gone to 3-0 to the second straight hitter. 9 straight out of the zone for Adam Ryan. And there's number 10, back-to-back bases loaded walk. And it's now 3-0 Braves. So 10 straight out of the zone and 12 of the last 13.
Second baseman, John Zielinski.
And the bottom of the order now, John Zielinski, and the Braves are going to take a pitch until Ryan can get a strike, and there it is. It's 0-1. Had been 10 straight out of the zone. And there's one off the plate. It's 1-1. Now the 1-1 coming. That's down and in. It's 2 balls and a strike. Ryan really struggling to find the zone these last few batters. The 2-1 coming. That almost hits Zielinski. It's 3-1. Ryan nearing 40 pitches in this inning already. And the 3-1. A called strike. And Ryan with a strike can get himself out of this mess. This will be pitch number 40. The runners are going. And that misses again. It's ball 4 and 3 straight bases loaded walks. And the Braves have a 4-0 lead.
Leadoff hitter, Delvin Ramos.
So it'll be the top of the order, Delvin Ramos. He takes a called strike. It's 0-1. The last... And that one's in off the plate. It's gone to 1-1. Now a swing and a pop-up in the center field. Cole Hiley has a beat on it, and he will make the catch. And this inning mercifully comes to an end. Ryan issues 4 straight walks, including 3 straight to with the bases loaded. And 4 runs come across to score. We go to the bottom of the first. The A's are down 4-0.
Leading off the bottom of the first.
Bottom of the first.
Right fielder number 22, T.D. Walker.
It'll be T.D. Walker. A's will essentially put the same lineup out there to start game 2. It'll be T.D. Walker. Takes one down at the knees. It's 0-1. Walker in game 1. He went 0 for 2. He had a walk and a sack bunt as well. Now he swings and hits that one down the third base line, but foul. And it's gone to 0-2. Walker is in right field. Olsen had that knee injury in game 1 and had to come out of the game. And there's a called third strike, and Walker is retired. So it'll be Tyler Agard, who is now catching. Played second base. And that would move Grimm over to first.
Tyler Agard.
And Sutton, who played first, will DH tonight. Only real change for the A's is Mitch McConnell is now playing. And there's a called strike. 0-1 from the pitcher, Chris Weedo. Weedo played second base and led off in game 1. And now there's a swing and a miss. And Weedo has thrown 5 straight strikes to begin the game for the Braves. Now the 0-2, and that hits Agard right between the numbers, and that'll be a hit by pitch. And he'll definitely take it. Wasn't an 0-2 hole. Instead, he'll get a first base with one out.
Fielder number 41, Cole Hiley.
And now it'll be Cole Hiley. And with the injured Olsen out of this game, or out for at least the rest of this night and possibly tomorrow as well, he'll bat third, and he quickly fouls one into the fence in front of the A's dugout. Highly updated, including tonight's game 1, 338 on the year. And now Weedo comes in and hits another. So Weedo had thrown 5 straight strikes and
First baseman number 9, Taylor Grimm.
And then has hit the last 2 batters on just 3 pitches. And it'll be Taylor Grimm. And as I previously mentioned, he will play over at first. Lumens will give him a break from behind the plate, so he won't have to be kneeling down all night. He'll be over at first. Takes one off the plate. And it's 1-0. The 1-0 to Grimm. A swing and a smash in the left center field. And that will go all the way to the wall. And both runners are going to come in to score on the RBI double by Taylor Grimm. Agard and Cole Hiley score. And after the Braves score 4, the A's get 2 right away, cutting into that early 4-run deficit, and they are down just 2, and they have the tying run at the plate.
Designated hitter number 45, Mitch Sutton.
So now it'll be the DH, Mitch Sutton. And he takes one in off the plate. A ball and no strikes. Sutton 346. And the 1-0 coming. That's high. It's 2-0. Sutton now has 3 triples on the year after that one he had in the game 1, and that leads the team. Cole Hiley also had one in game 1, and he's second with 2. And there are several others tied for third with 1. And that's in off the plate. Or no, it's a called strike. It's 2-1. Sutton with Grimm at second base. That 2 RBI double has brought in the first 2 for the A's tonight. That one's well off the plate. Grimm will not advance. Getting away from the catcher Vasquez. Three-one count. And Weedo coming to the plate. It's popped up to the right side. And Zielinski will make the catch. Grimm will not tag, so he'll stay at second. And that'll be out number 2.
Shortstop, number 18, Nate Hiley.
So the shortstop, Hiley, will step in. Hiley has 3 home runs on the year. And if he can drive into a pitch, it would give the A's a lead, or tie the game, excuse me. Grimm at second base. And the 0-1 is down, gets away from the catcher Vasquez, but Grimm again will not go over to third. He will hold his ground at second. Now the 1-1 from Weedo is popped up. Zielinski coming in, but the second baseman will make the catch in the out play for out number 1. So we have completed an inning. Both teams have scored a couple. The Addison Braves still leading Sheboygan. It's 4-2. So I have with me TD Walker. The A's are starting a stretch of 5 games in 3 days. So what's the key to just sort of being effective at the plate with so many games upcoming over the next couple of days?
I think it's just take it one at bat at a time, not to get ahead of yourself and think about stats and average, and just take one at bat at a time, one pitch at a time, and just really focus on the second.
Okay. And the A's are coming down to their final week, this upcoming week. What is one thing maybe you want to see as from the team as the season comes down, or the regular season comes down?
I think it's just just we compete in every game, just throughout the entire game. We don't go through lapses where maybe we'd have an inning where it looks like we're taking it off, kind of. Just that we compete the whole game and we're able to put together some pretty good games at the plate and on the defense. So.
Okay, thank you.
Vasquez.
The catcher, Pedro Vasquez, will lead it off. We are on the top of the second. And Adam Ryan will be out there for inning number 2. Threw 42 pitches in the last inning. And there's a called strike. And it's 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Down and in. And it's gone to 1-1. Now the 1-1 coming. A swing and a grounder, but will be foul. And we'll reset and do it at a ball and 2 strikes. Ryan walked 5 in the last inning, including 4 straight and 3 straight with the bases loaded. And there's a strike 3 called, and Ryan, starting out this inning well, gets the called 3rd strike.
Left fielder Brian Wiest.
So Vasquez is retired, and it'll be Brian Wiest, who also struck out in the first inning. And he gets ahead quickly. It's 1-0 to Wiest. Now he takes another one off the plate. It's 2-0. The 2-0 coming to Wiest. Swung on and hit into left field. Choke coming in, but the shortstop, Nate Hiley, will make the catch in short left field, and that'll be out number 2.
Third baseman, number 9, Marco D'Angelo.
So it'll be Marco D'Angelo, the third baseman, who singled and scored in the first. And quickly 0-1 on a fastball. The 0-1 coming from Ryan. Swung and popped up. Grimm will give it a look, but that will be spoiled out of play. But Ryan ahead in the count. It's 0-2. Ryan gets the sign he wants from Agard, and the 0-2 is just off the plate. Can't quite catch the outside corner. And it's 1-2. Now the 1-2 coming. A curveball, but just missing above the belt. And D'Angelo has worked it to an even count. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the payoff again, down and in. Can't catch the inside corner. And after getting ahead 0-2, it's now gone to 3-2 to D'Angelo. Now the payoff full count pitch is swung on and missed. And Adam Ryan will get out of the inning. After throwing 42 in the first, throws just 13 in this, gets a 1-2-3 inning, and keeps the Addison Braves off the board. So we've completed an inning and a half. We go to the bottom of the second, and the Braves still leading the A's 4-2.
Number 19, Harry Stelt.
Bottom of the second, and it'll be Harry Stelt leading it off. He had that home run in the last game. Also singled in that game, and now he pops one up into the netting. And it's quickly 0-1. Now the 0-1 in off the plate. And it's now even to Stelt. Now Weedo's 1-1. And that's a deep fly ball left field. And Stelt has done it again. Another home run. Harry makes it a 4-3 ball game. Coincidentally, his home run in the last game also made it a 4-3 ball game. And that's the second home run he's hit over left field tonight. He now has 2 home runs in his last 3 at-bats, and he has 3 on the year. And the A's have cut it to 1.
Baseman, number 16, Mitch McConnell.
So now it'll be Mitch McConnell after the leadoff dinger by the third baseman. And McConnell takes one down low. McConnell did not play in game 1. This is his 33rd game, hitting .238 on the year. Takes a called strike. And it's gone to 1-1. The 1-1 coming to McConnell. And takes one on the corner. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. And now the payoff. Down and in. McConnell takes ball 2. The rain is coming down again here in Sheboygan. And the 2-2 is off the plate. It's gone full to McConnell. It's 3-2 count. Rain stopped in the last game around the 5th or 6th inning, and now it's restarted here. Bottom of the 2nd in game 2. And McConnell spoils that one. Onto the roof behind the bleachers. So it's a 3-2 count, and Guido's pitch again is in off the plate, and that actually hit McConnell. So it would have been ball 4, but it does hit McConnell, so he'll be accredited with a hit by pitch.
Number 2, Trevor Joel.
So that puts a runner at first. And it'll be Trevor Cho to step in. And looking to bunt, pulls it back on a fastball at the letters. So it's a 1-0 count to Cho, who's now hitting at .276 on the year. And the 1-0 pitch just off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Cho, who has a few sacrifice bunts this year. He's got 3 on the year. And he looked like he was going to do that in the first pitch, but on the second had no signs of showing bunt. So we'll see what he does here. And he swings away and pops it up. The third baseman, D'Angelo, will make the call and makes the catch on the pitcher's mound. And that'll be out number 1. So we'll have the top of the order.
Right fielder, T.D. Walker.
It'll be T.D. Walker. And he swings and misses. It's gone to a 0-1 count. Walker struck out in the first in his only at-bat tonight in game 2. He represents the go-ahead run. And McConnell, who was hit by a pitch, represents the tying run over at first. And the 0-1, McConnell is off on the pitch. The throw is on the bag, but he's safe. And McConnell will get a stolen base. The pitcher, Guido, along with Zielinski, the second baseman, and Diaz, the shortstop, all pleading their case that Vasquez's throw was in time. was right on the base, but came in on a hop, and a stronger throw, and McConnell is out. Did look close, but the umpire ruled in favor of the A's. So the tying run is in scoring position. The first stolen base of the year for McConnell has been caught once. So he's 1 for 2 in stolen base tries. And now Chris Weedo throws a ball off the plate. And it looks like his plant foot gave way there. So it goes to a 2-1 count. And T.D. Walker takes one in off the plate, and he's now in the driver's seat. He's got a hitter's count, and he has the tying run for the A's at second base, and he takes ball 4. And the A's put 2 runners on and have just 1 out.
Catcher, number 17, Tyler Agard.
So it'll be Tyler Agard, the catcher for game 2. Had an 0-2 count in him in the first at-bat for him, and then he was hit by a pitch. So he is without an official plate appearance. Now he squares to bunt and cannot get the ball in play, so it'll be an 0-1 count. McConnell is at second base. He was hit by a pitch. Walker, who just walked, is over at first. And now Agar with a liner into right field. And the play will not be made. But Agar will not be ruled a hit as Mitch McConnell is thrown out trying to advance to third. Be ruled a force out. Be a rare 9-5 put out.
Center fielder, Cole Hiley.
So officially, Agard with the 9-5 ground out. McConnell at second base was unsure if that ball was caught. And by the time he realized it had not been, it was too late for him to get back to third. So now it's Cole Hiley with 2 outs. And he swings and misses. It's 0-1. The 0-1 coming to Hiley. Down low, it's a ball and a strike. T.D. Walker stands at second. Agard, who just had that 9-5 fielder's choice, stands at first. And Hiley swings and misses, and he loses his bat, goes into the netting. It'll go to 1-2.
She's coming down pretty good, I think. Look down there. The cement is splashing.
And Cole Hiley is going to wipe his bat down with a towel. Rain is coming down pretty good, so it might have just slipped out his hands due to the wet weather we're having right now. And Hiley is a rather violent swinger, so that bat came flying out of his hands. And he takes one down low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole Hiley was hit by a pitch in the first, and he eventually scored on the double. by Taylor Grimm. Now he swings and hits one into the netting. And the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hiley has the go-ahead run at first base in Tyler Agard. And T.D. Walker at second representing the tying run. Both with good speed, so if he can find a gap somewhere, should score 2, especially with 2 outs. They'll be running on contact. And there he hits a fly ball to right field, but it's playable. But the right fielder slipped and fell, and that will be a hit. And both runners are going to score as Agard able to just slide in for the second run, and the A is now leading 5-4. And Guido, the pitcher, is livid. And now Matt Castro has just been thrown out of the game. He was out in the dugout. And the umpire, Bondi, who is playing the field, just ejected Castro. And he's being held back by his manager, Larry. And Karkowski still in between the manager, Bondi, and Castro.
Should play a happy song. About It's a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong.
So Castro is ejected. And this was all over the fly ball to the right fielder, Brambora. And the Braves believe that Brambora caught that ball. The umpire, Bondi, ruled that he did not maintain possession, so he dropped the ball, and the A's are going to be awarded a double to Cole Hiley, and they now lead 5-4. And now both umpires are just to the right of the pitcher's mound. Looks like they're just still discussing that fly ball. And it looks like the call will remain as it was. So the A's lead 5-4. Again, Matt Castro is ejected. And now Derek Lumen's out to argue something. And should we resume, it'll be Taylor Grimm with Hiley at second base.
We might be looking to try and get the game suspended as the rain. It's a no game, and it's all washed away.
And after that, after another minor delay, it looks like we are set to go.
We resume action. Stepping in to bat for Sheboygan, number 9, Taylor Grimm.
Again, Matt Castro was ejected after that little skirmish between him and the second base, or the field umpire. Must have said some of the magic words that umpires are looking for, and he was ejected. He was standing out in the dugout, and he came running out over to Bondi before he had to be held back by his manager, Karkowski. So it's resumed. It's 0-1 to Grimm. And he takes one at the bottom of the zone. It's gone to 0-2. Again, before that delay, Cole Hiley able to hit it to right field, and Brambora fell down trying to make a play in the wet rain. And by the time the ball got into the infield, Walker had scored, and Agard was able to just slide in ahead of the throw for the second run of that play, and they leading 5-4. Now after a fly ball, it's still 0-2 to Taylor Grimm. Now the 0-2 from Guido. A liner down the left field line. That will go all the way to the wall. Cole Hiley will score easily, and Grimm will make his way to second base, and the A's now leading 6-4. Back-to-back doubles. And the A's have put up a 4 spot.
Mitch Sutton.
And it'll be Mitch Sutton. He flew out in his first at-bat and DHing tonight for the A's. Grimm at second. And the first pitch to Sutton is a curveball, a called strike. It's 0-1. The tall right-hander waiting for the 0-1 and a pickoff, but no throw as Grimm will just take a few steps back into second base. Now the 0-1. A swing and a foul. Looked like it was right off the foot, maybe the shin of Sutton, and he should be all right. Just a little stinger he'll have to walk off. So it's gone to an 0-2 count, and the umpire will allow Sutton to take his time to regain feeling in his lower leg. And we are set to resume. It's an 0-2 count. The payoff to Sutton, a changeup got out ahead of it, and that'll be a strikeout, and the inning will end with the A's score 4. Thanks to 2 doubles, one by Hiley, one by Grimm. And we go to the top of the third. A's now leading 6-4. So I have with me Adam Ryan, starting a 4-game set against the Braves over the next 2 days. Is that sort of helpful for you, or maybe more difficult playing the same team so many times in such a short span?
I'd say it's more helpful in a way because in the beginning you're going to see the better pitchers. You're gonna know what to look for, and it's good to warm up to that. Like, you're going to get used to seeing the better pitches, and you're going to know what to look for. And then later on in your series, you're actually going to be able to adjust well to the lower half of their pitching rotation, which is usually a little bit slower, but they're craftier, so you're allowed to actually stay back on balls.
And you're sporting one of the higher on-base percentages on the team, thanks in part to a few walks. Is that something you try and do, or is that just sort of something that works out?
I'd say it works out, but I'm not going to go out there and try to chase a bad pitch. Personally, I don't like pitches that are on the inner half of the plate. So whenever I see an away pitch, I like to chase those. And I tend to crowd the plate a little bit. So when I do that, it'll take away the inner half because most umpires actually don't see that, even though they're supposed to call it over the plate. But mostly I just let it come to me.
All right, awesome, thanks.
Yep.
So we are in the top of the third. Ryan just finishing up his warm-up pitches. But the home plate umpire calling both managers to the mound area. And this may be a discussion about the conditions of the mound. The rain has been coming down pretty well since about the bottom of the first. And Chris Weedle, the pitcher for the Braves, has already slipped once or twice with his plant foot coming down. And it looks like we're going to be discussing whether we resume this game or just enter a postponement. And looking at the radar, this rain is not going to be ending anytime soon. And we are going to put the tarp on the field. I don't believe the game has officially been called. And it looks like we're just going to have the grounds crew trying to fix up the pitcher's mound to try to get this game to continue. So I guess we'll take a short break and we'll return in a few minutes after the grounds crew is able to fix up the mound. The current situation at 6-4, we're in a little postponement here as the mound is to be fixed up with this rain coming down. It's the top of the third. We will be back shortly. So the A's have a long stretch coming up. They have about 9 games in 8 days, and it's also really hot this upcoming week. So what's sort of the key for you to sort of stay healthy and also sort of energetic over this long stretch?
Well, staying healthy, first off, got to make sure we're sleeping, drinking water. So that's pretty obvious. Other than that, one thing that's nice about the A's is we got guys, a lot of guys that can play a lot of different positions. So we're not out here with the same 9 guys all 9 games. We're able to take a day off, and for the guys that are able to take a day off, really use that as a rest, keep our legs fresh, keep the bodies fresh. And then in terms of staying energetic, it's just you come out here with a positive attitude every day. You get to know the teammates. You guys have fun out here. Then regardless of if you're tired, rested, healthy, or sick, you're out here and you're having fun, and the mojo is going to be there.
But what's one thing you maybe want to see out of you or maybe as your team over the next week or so, over this long stretch?
I think one thing would be playing well as a team. The past few games, we've struggled a little bit offensively, we've struggled defensively, and sometimes we've struggled pitching. And moving forward, I know we have the pieces to put together a winning team game in and game out, and I really want to see us put it all together game in and game out. If we're able to pitch, field, and hit well in a single game, then there's no one in the league who can beat us. I know that. And so I really want to see that moving forward in the next couple of games.
Right, awesome, thanks.
Hey.
Okay, so your tournament again this week in your first of the year. Is this sort of a different mentality you guys take, or is it just take it game by game?
Yeah, it's pretty much game by game. Just try to make it to Sunday and get as many wins as possible here and put together some good innings of baseball and see where it goes.
And you're the relief pitcher. How do you prepare for a game, say, differently than a starting pitcher?
As a reliever, it's kind of just being ready to go whenever, if it's the third inning, get hot, or, 7th inning, whatever. So it's just kind of staying in the game, paying attention to the hitters, seeing when they need me.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so I have with me AJ Alessi, relief pitcher for the Sheboygan A's. So you're starting a tournament this weekend.
Yep.
Is there some sort of mentality that's a little different because you're trying to win, or you just take it maybe game by game, just like any other game?
We're definitely taking it game by game. Pitching is definitely going to be the main factor for us in the week. There's 7-inning games, which does help. But getting our pitchers, our pitchers have been throwing a lot this whole season, actually. We got the same guys going over and over, and a couple of our outfielders and, position players have to fill in every once in a while to help us out with that. But, game by game, we'll take it, and, hopefully we can take a couple innings deep for the pitchers and get some runs on the board.
And as a relief pitcher, how was your preparation different, say, from a starting pitcher before a game?
Starting pitcher, they have a totally different mentality. As a relief pitcher, I've been one my whole life. I'm not a big starter. I'm not that. The mental game is not my physique when it comes to that. I get. They prep a lot more like into the field and stuff like that. They run before the game and stuff like that. I mean, I do all that too. But when it comes down to Lumen saying go get warm, then I know that I got to get locked in right there for that inning, or however long it needs to be, instead of prepping my way up there. So.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
No problem, man. Thank you.
So this game has been suspended. The rain has come down too hard. The condition of the mound, as well as along the baseline, had deteriorated too much. So this game will not continue. And this rain is supposed to linger on for at least another hour or two. So instead, this game will continue at 11:30 tomorrow morning. So the A's will essentially play a triple header tomorrow. Their first game will be the finishing of this one. It'll be 6-4 in favor of the A's. And then they'll have their regular scheduled doubleheader. The first will be at approximately 1 o'clock, or about 20 or so minutes after the last outs will be recorded in the first one, or the resumption of this game, and then about 3:30 will be the start of Game 3, which would be the second game of the original doubleheader. So we are done here in Sheboygan. I'm your voice of the A's, Joey, with producer Kyle Winter. This game is suspended. We will resume tomorrow at 11:30, and the A's will be leading 6-4. Have a good night, Sheboygan. We will see you tomorrow morning.